Alright, welcome back. This is War 2. We've matched Salty, and my team is going to be Dr. Doom, Spidey, and Anti-Venom. I think I'm going to be on Path 2 in Section 1, and then Path 6 in Section 2. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. So, my first fight here is this Mephisto. I'm going to remove Dex so that Soul Imprisonment doesn't stop me from pausing my debuffs. And then it's just going to be a matter of hitting his block, building up my Ruptures. I have Max Despair on, so that will reverse, or not reverse, but it'll prevent his charges from giving him too much health when he finally heals. And then whenever he happens to trigger Aura, I'm just going to stay away from him. I could probably do the whole fight with Aura on, hitting his block still, and I wouldn't die, but it would end up costing potions, so I prefer to just stay away and try to save my potions. But that's the basic gist of this one, so I'm going to let it play out, and I'll come back when it's finished. Alright, so next up is this Man-Thing, and I actually still have Dex off, I believe. So whenever I pause my debuffs, it's not going to trigger the power gain from the node, because I'm not actually trying to trigger a buff. However, when the node tries to give me a placebo, that is when it's going to trigger his power gain. Just to give him less of those power gain charges. Not that it's really that big of a deal, because I have Wither on, but I left Dex off. And if I stay too close to him, he will build regen, but because of my Despair that I had on for Mephisto, it's going to help mitigate that, and it's just going to be a matter of pushing him over a bar with Ruptures, and then baiting a special out of him, and just repeating the process, basically. So I'm going to let this one finish out, and I will come back. All right, and then next up is this Havok on 25. So this node is Power Snack. I'm going to be taking him with Spidey, so I don't have to worry about Power Snack. And because Havok is Tactic, what I want to do is I want to try and trigger Prowess. So I think someone said that when he throws a heavy, he gets a Prowess, but in the fight, him throwing the heavy, it gave him a Plasma Charge, but it wasn't a Prowess, so I hit him a couple times to trigger one, and now I'm just going to hit his block. And whenever that prowess goes away, I'm going to try landing a couple hits again, just to get one or two of them back on him, and then stop actually hitting him, because I don't want to let him throw a special one. So my goal here is to try and stop him from even getting there. Speaking with a alliance mate on the actual fight, because he did it as well, I did it first. He was wondering if throwing heavies would help, and I actually think it would. Throwing heavies would reverse his power quicker, so he wouldn't ever actually get past a bar of power. Now that I have a second Wither up, it's reversing it very fast. And I am going to end up bursting here before he goes down and have to use a little potions, but all in all, it was a pretty easy, safe fight, I think. I think you're going to finish it before he triggers too many of those bursts. And down he goes. Alright, so they trusted me using Dr. Doom, which is cool. I don't get to use him too much. And I don't have a white mags for this Annie, so my strat is going to be the Dashback Light. You can punish him this way and get openings, and that's what I'm going to do this whole fight. I put an invuln on, because when you nullify a buff, he's going to get, I think, 60% of bar power. So I expect the the power gain to happen, because I'm going to nullify his control rod. Right here, going to nullify. He's going to get a bunch of power, but I don't really care. Now I can parry him. Just going to steal a bunch of power from him, work to my special 3, launch it, and then after this special 3, the fight's pretty much over. I think I'm going to combo him a couple times, and then SP2 him at the end. And he's going to end up having an SP3, but if he threw it, it really doesn't matter because I have an invuln. So I'm going to let this one finish out. Alright, and here I'm going to bully Mystic Spidey. So I'm not going to let this guy throw a special. On this node in particular, if you block any of the special hits, it gives him a prowess, and then it makes him unblockable at 3, I believe. And I can dex his special 1, but I was like, why even bother? Why not just play it as safe as possible? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work to my 20 ruptures, just like I would if he was on path 9, and then I'm just going to let them tick him down until he gets to the point where I feel like pushing him over a bar of power will kill him with the rupture burst, and then I'm going to kill him that way. And then last up, I got Mangog. I swear, dude, I've been fighting this dude for like 10 seasons now, I think. Yeah, I think it's been like season 33 to season 43. I've done this fight so many times, I could probably do it with my eyes closed at this point. But still an enjoyable fight. This one's actually going to take a bit longer than it normally does because this is an R2. So normally it would take about a minute 10 for me. I think this one takes like a minute 30 or a minute 40. I could probably do it a little faster, but it still very safe. Nothing's really changed about that part of it, but I'm gonna let it play out, and I'll come back because I don't really have much else to say about this one. I've said it all so many times before. Alright, so we ended up losing this one. We died 3 times. Salty died once. I believe this is their first time ever beating us. So congratulations to Salty. It's been coming for a long time, and it has now happened. Good luck for the rest of the season. I'm sure that we will end up rematching because we only matched War 2. So probably somewhere around War 7 or 8. If that same gap between rematches still applies. Who knows with this new system. But good luck, and congrats on the win, boys.